Hello my friends, we are currently on a seedless grape farm in the US state of California. And in today's video, we'll see how the harvesting and processing of thousands of tons of raisins happens here. Have you ever eaten California raisins? Let us know how you feel about the taste. Natural seedless raisins are some of the most popular raisins on the market today. In fact, they account for nearly all of the raisins produced in California. Between January and February is the time when viticulture takes place across the Californian farms. These workers will proceed to dig thousands of holes in preparation to welcome the new vines. After the planting hole is completed, thousands of vines will be moved to this farm to start a new life. These workers will plant about 950 vines per acre, and each vine is planted about 3 feet apart. In California, raisin farms are mainly concentrated in the San Joaquin Valley. In 2020, California's raisin acreage is about 147,000 acres and requires more than 5,000 workers to do the work. After about 5 weeks from planting, these vines will be pruned and fixed to the pole so that they can grow vertically. At this stage, grape farm workers typically earn between $8 and $13 per hour. Most raisins in California need about 3 years to get the first harvest. Currently, about 23% of California's vineyards are used to produce raisins. In particular, Thompson Seedless is the main seedless grape variety grown. When winter comes, these workers will conduct pruning at the grape farm. The purpose of pruning is to guide the vine to grow in a particular direction in the spring. Only highly skilled grape growers are hired to do this work. May is the time to bear fruit on most California grape farms, and the grapes take about 70 days to reach harvest. At this stage, about 25% of the grapes will be removed to maintain a reasonable fruit density and ensure the best quality at harvest. And this is what they got after about 3 years of waiting. Do you feel satisfied when you see these images? September every year is usually when the raisin harvest takes place. The dry and hot weather conditions at this stage are perfect for drying billions of grapes. Billions of grapes will be picked and sun-dried on this farm for 3 weeks. It's about 95 degrees Fahrenheit outside right now. It's really harsh working conditions for these farm workers. These are the billions of grapes after 3 weeks of being exposed to the sun. The workers will collect and transfer thousands of tons of raisins to the factory for processing and packaging. In recent years, raisin production in California has generally ranged from 350,000 to 380,000 tons, accounting for 96% of the country's raisin production. Currently, Turkey is the country with the largest raisin production in the world, followed by the United States, Iran, and Greece. This is what happens at a raisin processing plant. Here, tons of raisins will be washed and dried before packaging. In the next part of the video, we will go to the table grape farms in California to see how the process of harvesting thousands of tons of grapes happens. Hello my friends, today we will continue to the farms of the United States to see how the process of harvesting some crops here happens. We believe some of the agricultural products harvested in this video will surprise you. The first place we will visit in this video is an olive farm in the San Joaquin Valley of California. Unlike the process of harvesting olives on farms in Europe, here billions of olives will be handpicked by workers from Mexico instead of using machines. Currently, in California, there are 682 olive farms with around 39,000 acres and about 220 farms still using this manual harvesting method. The workers here usually start picking olives from about 8 AM and finish at 5 PM. A worker can finish 2 olive trees a day, and their average salary is about $95 per day. After harvesting, billions of olives will be poured into plastic trays and transported to the olive oil factory. According to the California Olive Commission, last year 116 million pounds of olives were harvested and processed in the state, accounting for 75% of the country's olive production. This man is picking grape leaves. Have you ever eaten grape leaves? In California, more than 6,000 pounds of grape leaves are harvested each year for restaurants. Grape leaves are used as a vegetable, and they are used to wrap up some foods such as fish or other meat. Only about 150 migrant workers are hired each year to pick grape leaves, and their wages are around $9 an hour. Here's what's going on at a blueberry farm in Whatcom County in Washington. The beginning of May every year is when about 7,000 workers flock to blueberry farms in Washington to harvest. These workers will pick the ripe blueberries and then put them in a plastic container that they wear across their chest. Currently, in the United States, 103,000 acres of farmland is used to grow blueberries, of which Washington is the state with the largest blueberry growing area, with about 17,000 acres. According to USDA statistics, in 2021, the United States produced 681 million pounds of blueberries, and 163 million pounds were produced in Washington. A harvest worker here usually picks 9 to 12 boxes of blueberries each day, and the price they get per box is $9. The fourth place that we will visit in this video is a cherry farm in California. Do you think these workers are pruning cherry blossoms? Yes, these flowers are being harvested and will be used to make drinks like tea or cherry blossom cocktails. Each year, about 29,000 pounds of cherry blossoms are harvested in the United States for food use. They are not only used to make drinks, some restaurants in California also use cherry blossoms as a vegetable. Once harvested, billions of cherry blossoms will be delivered to restaurants and drink shops. Every day, each cherry blossom picker in California earns about $80 to $100 in salary. Here's what's going on at a barn next to a strawberry farm in Santa Maria, California. Here, workers from Mexico and Guatemala are preparing millions of strawberry roots before delivering them to the fields. Millions of strawberry roots have been shipped here from a nursery, and the job of these workers is to arrange them neatly and then box them. Not only does this serve the growing process on farms in California, strawberry roots here are also sold to strawberry farms in other states such as Florida or Washington. Currently, around 35,000 acres of land is used to grow strawberries in California, and the state's annual strawberry production is 1.1 billion pounds, or 83% of the nation's strawberry production. This is the process of harvesting raspberries in Santa Cruz County, California. The beginning of July each year is the time when more than 2,000 workers flock to raspberry farms in California to harvest. These workers would pick ripe raspberries and put them in small buckets they wear around their waists. For each bucket less than full of raspberries, these workers will receive $7. Currently, in California, around 10,000 acres of land is used to grow strawberries. This is also the state with the largest fresh raspberry production in the country. The last place we will visit in this video is a vineyard in California. Millions of seedless grapes are being picked to produce raisins. Each year, more than 9,000 workers flock to California's seedless grape farms to harvest. This is a tough job, and the workers have to work in hot weather, so the air on these farms is often very dusty. According to the USDA statistics, in 2021, in California, 147,000 acres of land is used to grow raisins, accounting for 23% of the state's grape growing area. Billions of grapes after harvest will be dried on the farm for 3 weeks before being transferred to the processing plant. And here's what they have after 3 weeks. Billions of these grapes have dried up and now they're sent to the factory for cleaning. Have you ever eaten California raisins? Let us know what you think about these raisins.